Kolkata GPO, the General Post Office, with its giant dome and pillars, is a majestic monument. Kolkata GPO is a treasure house of stories of human endeavors. Behind the main building, tucked away in a red brick structure, is the museum that houses numerous priceless items that tell the tale of the indomitable spirit and courage of the runners, harkaras, mail carriers, and artifacts and items of postal system of the bygone era. Today, we take you on this exciting journey down the memory lane. The city of joy awaits with innumerable stories in every nook and corner. Every artifact of the museum will tell you stories from different time and history. The museum is open 7 days a week between 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. It has 4 galleries and 1 hall, the Mahatma Gandhi Hall. While entering, you will notice the marble plaque that says that the museum was constructed for the Director General of the Post Office of India in the year 1885. Interestingly, the then Director General was Frederick Russell Hogg, the brother of Sir Stuart Saunders Hogg, the man in whose name the new market is dedicated. On entering the museum, in the first gallery, a write-up tells you the story of Indian postal system that has its root deep into the ancient times. Though the British East India Company is credited to have stood the modern postal system, which is now a 1.5 lakh strong, technologically driven network. The GPO building itself is a monument of great significance. A photograph shows the brass lines of the southern curtain demarcating the old Fort William. Later in the year 1864, for GPO, it was designed by architect Walter Grenville, who also had designed the Senate Hall of Calcutta University and Sealdah Station. The group of the famous 24 photographs from the British Library shows the GPO under construction with its bamboo outer scaffolding still visible. The museum has the photograph of the famous Big Ben clock that is situated in this very building. The price of this clock at that time was only 7,000 rupees. The museum consists of various valuable chin stamps and other stamps. It showcases the postcard of East India Company, British India and Free India simultaneously. It also has the original signed postal certificate of C.V. Raman and the passbook signed by none other than Rabindranath Tagore himself. You can see an intriguing array of leather belts and brass badges of different shapes and sizes. The various badges show the different types of officials in the post office, like the orderly peon, the office peons, the mail peons, the mail runners and all. These runners have risked their lives to maintain the uninterrupted communication. The postal service in the beginning used to carry only official mail. In the event of arrival of royal correspondences, the royal flag was hoisted. Later, it was Lord Warren Hastings who opened this for general public. The museum can take you into the era of Second World War. Not only the mails, the Indian Postal Service has spread its wing in the army. The origin of India Army Postal Service dates back to 1856. The museum showcases the glory of the officers of Indian Postal Services, where the officers have earned 8 campaign stars, including the Africa Star, the Italy Star, the Burma Star, and the Pacific Star medals. Those stars were awarded by the United Kingdom for campaign service during the Second World War. The room has 2 large old mail collection boxes at its end in vintage red and black color combination, which will remind you of the past glory of handwritten letters and postcards. The next door will take you into the world of date stamps and machines. This room houses some of the hardware used by postal departments, like a vintage telephone handset. Bugle. A bill from the dead letter office. And what not? The telegraph machine, also known as the Grand Victorian technology, has been shown here.
The present generation may not know much about the telegram, telegraph or telegraphy. But when it came into existence about 150 years back, telegraphy actually revolutionizes the long distance communication. In India, interestingly, it is from Calcutta. The first telegraph line was drawn up to Diamond Harbour. Telegraph is also called the Grand Victorian technology, basically because it had a tremendous impact on all the battles which the British fought in India. There is a very interesting episode concerning the use of telegraph in the 1857 War of India's independence. The mutineers had actually cut off the telegraph line between Delhi and Meerut. And then what happened was, there was a telegraph master by name Charles Todd, a British gentleman, who went to actually check what happened to the line. Unfortunately, he was mortally wounded by the mutineers, but just before that he had managed to pass on a telegraph message that we are off, which actually alerted all the British units, and then rest is history. This is how impactful telegraph was for the British in India as well as for the freedom struggle.
This gallery has different weapons, straight swords for higher officials to show their rank, and the other ones for the battlefield. You can see the iconic spearheads with bell and kukri for the mail runners, mail bags and coin bags of the then runners, and what not. The room has also a tabletop show models depicting the various uniforms and types of mail delivery man, and the best one was the one depicting a mail delivery man perched on a treetop near a river while a hungry tiger watches from the other side. If you have thought that the postal system is only about mails and parcel? Well, be ready for more surprises. This museum will tell you that the huge kerosene lamps and the lights from lighthouses is also a part of postal system. Many ships have found their way because of these wonderful things. The Gallery 4, which also is the office of the museum, has the marble plaque of one of the greatest tragedies of history associated with this glorious building, the Black Hole Tragedy. Though it is said that many eminent Indians had denied this incident when Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was the mayor of Calcutta, he got it removed from open display, and now it's a part of this museum. This will take you into the Gandhi Hall of this museum. This hall, ironically, houses a large cannon in the center. Unlike the other galleries, this one has many paintings and photographs of eminent dignitaries of India Post. This body has always remained attached with history, willingly or unwillingly. The photograph of Dinabandhu Mitra, who was also one of the postal employees, will make you remember the famous play Neel Dorpun. In order to emphasize the core ideals of the nation, that is, truth and non-violence, a Gandhi Gallery was established in November 2019 in this hall, with a permanent display of postage stamps on Mahatma Gandhi and a painting of the Father of the Nation. These gigantic oil paintings of Eskill Levitt Yates and Sir Frederick Gonlet, who were the Accountant General and the Comptroller and Auditor General, are a special attraction here. And are you familiar with anything from this oil painting of Comptroller and Auditor General of India? Yes, you have guessed it right. The sword he's having with him has been shown in the galleries of this museum. And that's how the museum is. There are also paintings in this museum that will show you that how artists have imagined the mail runners and communication system in India. A small poster is there that says that one post office, Archana Dagghar, is made in the name of a magazine of Rabindranath Tagore. You will find this post office in Thakurbari near Jorashanko. This is how the museum is, nearly hidden behind the dome and the two outstretched wings, that is, the eastern and the southern veranda. The museum invites you to step into the journey of time. As millions of Kolkatans go through their daily struggles and triumphs, with the continuous traffic of bright-colored buses, the iconic yellow taxis, autos, the usual dips and uproar, the GPO points silently to the many mysteries to be unraveled by the enthusiastic onlookers. Welcome to the Postal Museum of Kolkata GPO.